Hey, thanks for joining. Uh, I hope this is a time to encourage you in your journey with the Lord, and I'm grateful that I can have a small part in it. In the book of Philippians, Paul writes to the beloved of the church that he had ministered to, and he had since passed or gone on and had been through trials and tribulations and imprisonments, and he's really just writing to encourage them. And in chapter number 1, he really has a time of thanksgiving, but for sake of time, I want to read a few verses beginning in verse number 6. He says, "And I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ." It is right for me to feel this way about you all because I hold you in my heart, for you are all partakers with me of grace, both in my imprisonment and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel. For God is my witness, how I yearn for you with the affection of Christ Jesus. And it is my prayer that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent, and so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. I know that your time is precious, and I don't want to launch into a long sermon, which I am quite capable, but I want you to be encouraged and remember that he who began a good work in you is going to complete it. We might get discouraged and feel like failures and like we've stumbled in our journey, or we're not making all the progress we would like to make. And I guess that's a natural part of it, but he wants you to remember that the one who began, that's Jesus, the one who initiated the relationship, and that's Jesus, not you, he's going to finish it. He's going to keep working and working. And though we'll have times where we're disappointed in how we've done, we know that he who is our life is working in us and is going to keep working until we come to the day of Christ. He won't give up on us. He loves us too much to quit on us. He said to them, "You are all partakers with me of grace." I don't know why some people get all offended by the message of grace. But you realize, friends, from beginning to end, it's really all about us partaking of the grace of God. I'm born again, I'm saved, whatever terminology you want to use. All of that is true for me because of simple faith by grace, unmerited favor. I didn't do anything to earn it or deserve it. I really wasn't seeking him, but he sought me. He pursued me until I found him, until I became aware. And it was all a gift of his grace. He has this heart, and he says to them, "Listen, you've been partakers with me in the grace, and you've been a partner with me in presenting the gospel, defending the gospel, to witness of it." And he says, "Listen, I yearn with you. I yearn for you with the affection of Jesus Christ." Paul's just showing us the example of like he abundantly partook of the grace of God. And as Christ lived in him, it was his heart's desire that Christ's love and life would be expressed through him. He says, "It's my prayer that your love may abound more and more." We should never kind of grow contented with where we are. I want to keep growing. I want to keep loving more and more every day of my life. And he says, loving more and more, but with discernment, with knowledge. So to learn how to love, not love how I want to be loved, but to love like Jesus loved, to forgive as Jesus has forgiven. And he says, and that way we approve what is excellent. You see, as we allow him, who is our life, to live through us, as we become a people who are known as his disciples in the way that we love one unto another, he says, this is excellent. This is what it's all about. This is what it is to walk in purity. This is what it is to walk in blamelessness. You see, it's really not about how well we perform or the religious facades that we put on. It's how we love each other, how we express love to him. And then in verse 11, he said, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ to the glory and praise of God. You who have been made righteous are to express that righteousness. But remember, it's not self-righteousness. It's not something that we manufacture. It's not something we make happen. It's something that is expressed through us as we yield to his indwelling presence. Because he who knew no sin became sin for us, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. And the fruit of that righteousness is expressed as we yield ourselves to his indwelling presence. It comes through Jesus Christ. There's a huge difference between the righteousness of God and the self-righteousness of religious man. One, self-righteousness, repels, pushes off, brings guilt and condemnation, and his righteousness brings love and life. So let's be that vessel in this hurting world that we live in. Have a great day. I love you.